Hey guys, this is Red Silvers, and welcome back to my anniversary Let's Play of Mega Man 2. Today we are going to head into Dr. Wily's castle. Hopefully I've timed this video so it starts right as that cutscene begins. And we're going to hear one of our iconic NES musics coming up right here. And there you have the Mega Man 2 Wily Stage 1. We're going to let our metal blades do a lot of the work here. And for good reason. Switch to our item 2. Which we will then let despawn so we can switch. Toothpaste dispensers and a 1-up. Let's get that 1-up right away. I didn't expect to get a 1-up early on, but I will take it happily. Oh, I almost timed that smoothly so that I wouldn't have to take any damage. That was really cool 1-up placement. Hopefully that is a hint that this is going to be a really smooth run through the Wily Fortress. And to help reiterate that, there's another 1-up. I actually have a plan in place to help deal with 1-up shortages. Excellent, we can use that to refill a lot of our item 3 use right there. Eventually I will be stopping periodically to grind like this, so sorry if that gets boring. We'll get some Leaf Shield back later, but for now let's get that critical item 3. And get that off the screen ASAP. And we've already got a chance to top it off the rest of the way right here. That. And I completely forgot that I was going to top that off. So, eventually I'm going to be grinding that. I'm not sure if these guys actually take extra damage from metal blades or not. I guess we won't find out today. And we'll just let this guy slide on by. Alright, time for some item 1. It's kind of trippy thinking that I've got 4 lives to start this section out with. And we'll make that jump like a pro. Bye, Tellies. So we're coming up to the first boss here, which is the Mecha Dragon. He's got a couple of weaknesses, but I prefer the Quick Boomerang. I remember somebody from Talking Time, I think it was McLean, did a test video, and they were recording Mega Man 2 here to see if they could race, and they got to this part of the game, and wow. I think what happened there is I jumped too fast. Luckily, I'm not too low on item number 1 usage. Luckily, we got that 1-up, so I'm not really feeling too bad. I do want to try to keep my other life there. There's one particular place that I want to have 1-ups for. And this will make up for the energy that I squandered before. So everything is coming up Millhouse. jump this guy. And we'll switch to our item. And I don't know what that was about. Okay, come on, Mega Man, cooperate with me here. There you go. Alrighty. Actually gonna get some heat going here. Sorry about that delay. Alright, and we got the quick boomerangs. So you have to keep making these jumps. You don't really have time to slow down, but eventually you do have to stop for a moment or you're gonna scroll too far back and your next jump won't be on the screen. And that's what happened last time. So I like to be up there so when the dragon knocks me back, I can land on the platform behind me. And he goes down pretty quick to the quick boomerangs. I think that in a Mega Man 2 where the metal blades didn't exist or were not quite as powerful as they are, the quick boomerang would see a lot more use. That's just me. You can disagree if you want. And we're going to top off our item number 1 there, because that's going to be crucial in a certain part. There's one particular fight in this game, and I'm basically getting owned by these guys. Oh my goodness, there's another one up. Let's top off that. Get back to our metal blades. I can't believe how these one-ups are dropping. I bet you could just sit here and farm one-ups, actually. Oh, this is so stupid of me. I'm just curious to see how long it'll take before the game decides to reward me for this. Admit it, it's amusing to you too. And see, in theory, I could sit here and do this endlessly. I'll go till I get another big energy, or another small energy, just to get topped off. Leave that energy behind just in case I die. I don't plan to. Get another E-tank and top off quite a bit. And there's another one up. We're in good shape, you guys. So let's top that back off. So if my plan for the boss fight that I am worried about works out, all these one-ups are going to be very useful. But I'm not going to farm that one up and that E-tank. Actually, I don't think either one's really that useful. Well, you know what? I'm going to backpedal. Let's get that one up. Just to make sure that my plan goes well. The astute Mega Man 2 person probably has a feeling they know what I am so paranoid about. And I will need to top off those crash bombs very soon. Luckily, right here is a good place, which is why I thought about that the way that I did. Because yes, it is very important that I top this off. Get us some leaves back too. And that will take care of that crash bomb weakness. And that's why I used a crash bomb, because I was not too worried about topping it off. Later on, no, fuck that noise. Somebody's Skyping me. I can't answer right this second. And you do get to a point where if you don't have some of these items, you'll have to stop and grind. Luckily, this stage is a good one because if you die, you always have that opportunity to grind again. With that in mind, I really prefer not to die. So we're going to play it safe. Don't actually need that energy, so we'll bypass it. For boss time. I don't actually remember what this boss is called. He's probably weak to metal blades, but he also takes damage from bubbles. Okay, I have a bunch of E-tanks. If I need them, I'm going to use them. And then I forget to use it. That's okay. We got plenty of lives. We'll go ahead and make sure to top off some of our critical weapons. This farming is not going so well. Get that topped off. In a pinch, I will make use of what I have to. So we'll be fine. There we go. I was worried I was going to run out of leaves and lose out on an easy way to farm, and then that big energy dropped. So we're in good shape. Oh. Spent a little too long on that lip. Okay, luckily that big health is still going to be down there, so we'll make use of it. Here. Just to be on the safe side. Okay. Play this a little bit smarter. In fact, just to be on the safe side. Because there's at least one critical E-tank that I can get back. And I'd rather do that than die and have to restart the stage. So on to Wily Stage 3. And this is where they're really going to try and troll you with the crash bomb walls. Though they're gracious enough to give you some things that you can use to refill energies. Come out a little bit ahead there. So I'll go ahead and explain this in case you don't know what's going on. If you die, you would get your energy back, but that's the only way to refill all this weapon energy. Between stages, as you can see, it does not recharge. And in particular, there's a boss in this castle that you can only use one weapon to damage, and you have to have all of it to kill the boss. And can possibly take more than all of it to kill that particular boss. And I'm assuming that he's going to do a lot more damage on difficult mode, so I have a plan of attack. But if for some reason you waste that energy, the only options you have are to die and farm, or to go back, or to get a continue, and then when you continue, you get all of your energy back. So here we have the Guts Dozer, which is basically modeled after Quick Man. It is not Quick Man. Wily did not capture Quick Man and rebuild him or anything silly like that. And he's weak to the quick boomerangs and goes down pretty quick. In fact, I think in the Mega Man comics, they have the Guts Dozer and Gutsman fights it. Whereas in the excellent Mega Man Day in the Limelight, you get a whole stage of Gutsman riding the Guts Dozer. Now, for part plan to work, those two energies that are on the left and the right there are going to stay right where they are. And I will get that one up. I will also apparently fall down the ladder and die. Get you. But yeah, so the big key to the Wily Fortresses is making all of your energy count. Here are you. Thank you. So this stage has hidden holes. You can use the bubbles to figure out where they are. And I'm going to use this knowledge to drop down and get this one up. The shame about all these lives is that I may not have all of them, because I'm probably going to have to continue at one point. I never really thought to go around that way, but I guess it makes perfect sense. So I'll show this off for you. You see, there's a hole there. And there's that E-Tank that I can pick up at this point that I mentioned before. And same deal. So our item number 1 is paying off quite handsomely in this stage. 6 lives. We are in exceptional shape right now. This is the halfway point of the stage. So I wonder if anyone has figured out my plan and why it uses so many lives. Yeah, don't just drop down here. You're going to have to use the lift down there. So I want you to keep in mind that we just passed the halfway point and see what enemies, what farming opportunities we have at this point. Take a hit there. As you can see, so far it's just been nothing but tellies. So if you die in this stage, you can see right where you're going to go to. I'm really not trying to waste metal blades, but it is important not to take too much damage to this stage. At least if I can help it. So, as you can see, this is kind of a tedious let's revisit the Crash Man stage. Maybe that's hinting towards something. And then you get the Sniper Joe barrage here. So, basically, if you were to die, this is where you'd have to farm. 2, 3, and blam. So you'd have to farm against these guys if you were to... We're just going to bypass that guy because... The big problem with these Joes is that right there. If you backtrack, then you respawn them, and it's kind of a mess. So, for this boss, you have to use the Crash Bombs. I'm not going to be doing this the smart way. I'm going to be destroying as many walls as I can, and then dying. You might be wondering why I'm doing it this way. I am going to use up one E-Tank to make sure that I stay alive. I need to get up, actually. The reason is because this boss is obnoxious, and doing this will make him easier to kill. You see, all those walls are going to stay gone. Me, the actual boss that I were to kill right now, would not regenerate. So basically, I'm doing this so that when I come back on my next life, this boss is going to be easier to kill. And that's why I'm not using up more of my Crash Bombs. That is the only thing that will hurt this boss, is the Crash Bombs. But my preparations are done. And I'm going to show you a little trick here that to help out, because respawning and getting farming up enough energy is really tricky. Now remember that hole? I don't actually know how to get past it going the opposite way. But now we're back down here. We can safely get these two big energies. And that's just enough to top off our Crash Bombs. So in a very roundabout way, we're now back to full, and we've made that boss easier. So, I think there's two holes. I think there's one back there, and then there's the one that we saw before there. And then, of course, the hole that we know really well now. So. And just like that, we're back to the midway point. So you see, I find that to be a little less annoying than sitting there and grinding on those, on the tellies and hoping that you can get a health pickup somewhere that you can actually use it. I mentioned before that if you die and continue, you get all your weapon energy back. And I feel like if you're going to do that, the place to do that is after this stage. Because then you get your complement of Crash Bombs back. Ideally, you wouldn't need to get a continue at all. I'm just saying, if you do, if you're going to do it once, that would be the time to do it, is when you're past this tedious boss. Because at that point, then you don't have to worry about conserving your crash bombs or dealing with this. This is a really frustrating stage if you have to do it over and over and over again. Because that trick that I just did only works once. That energy doesn't respawn. And that's a good example right there of why farming off these guys is obnoxious. Because all the drops fall where you have to sit and... they land on spikes and you can't actually get them. So... we're in pretty good shape now. We do have to deal with those, with the Joes again. This Joe you don't have to worry about going back and having him come back on the screen. This Joe I've learned to enjoy using the atomic fire on, because he spawns and takes damage immediately, and he's in that tight corner where you can't really dodge his hits. We'll go ahead and bypass that one now that he's out of his armor. And this one too. We've got the E-tanks. I think this guy's called the Boo Beam Room. Obnoxious pain in the ass is more like it. Okay. Wanted to take that one hit before I use the E-tank, just to be on the safe side. There is a trick to dodging that you can do. I'm not very good at doing it. It, in fact, is referenced in the... that was not what I wanted to do. The notorious I Can't Defeat Airman video. Something called, like, the timer set or something. Basically, you change weapons at just the right time, and Mega Man teleports. When you do that... and it's a way that you can potentially avoid hits, and it's really effective against this guy if you can time it right. I never do. So the Boo Beam Room is down. That's easily the most tedious part of Mega Man 2, and the only real blemish in an otherwise perfect game. So we'll now move on to Wily Castle number 5. Which starts a tradition in the Mega Man series of the Wily Capsule Room boss refight. Mega Man 1 had boss refights, but they were just positioned in the stage as bosses. Like mini-bosses, really. I do not know that I'm going to make it through this stage on this attempt. We'll start with Heat Man here. I don't actually remember which robot is which room. Hit Heat Man, he'll do his fiery blitz. Oh, he didn't teleport. I didn't predict his teleport right. Heat Man is down. I feel like this one is Airman. Let's see. Airman might be a good choice right now since I have a lot of health. And I ran out of Leaf Shield. Okay. That worked out pretty good, actually. Metal Man is going to be over in this corner. And he dies to 2 metal blades. It's only 1 on normal, and I actually would have thought it would have been the same, but Brick Road, in some video, made a comment that he died in 2 on the difficult mode. Alrighty. I think Crash is down in the lower corner here. Am I right? Yes. Okay. And I'm not doing a very good job at hitting him with my tornadoes. Alrighty. Good enough, I guess. This is going to be quick, man. And I have not used my time stopper at all in the Wily Castle, and now you know why. And I will totally use an E-Tank to take down Quick Man if I have to. But he's going to make it easy on me. And I'm not going to complain. So this is Bubble Man, who, probably like the rest of the game, is going to be weak to Magnet Man, or not Magnet Man, Metal Man's metal blades. So who am I missing still? Flash Man, who I think is in the corner. Flashman and Woodman. So I think Flashman's up here. Let's see. Some of these robots actually have rooms that are different from the rooms that you encounter them in originally, which I think is a nice distinction. Am I going to avoid it? Ha! I avoided damage that time. Not that time. Alrighty, Heatman is probably a good choice for my last attempt, last Robot Master. Okay. And I ran out of metal blades. Yeah, that's a good time to E-Tank right there. Well, this is the longest that I've been toe-to-toe with Woodman ever. Alright, I was not sure if I was going to make it through all the Robot Masters. But that is all 8 of them. We'll get our atomic fire ready to go. I don't know how well this is going to work. Oh, I don't have enough energy to use the full one. And what I do have is not very effective. Luckily, I could show off that, yes, the cockpit does take damage from the crash bombs, which normally you would not have at this point because you used them all on that one stupid boss. Oh, I could have used an E-Tank, but I thought against it. So what's probably going to happen here is I'm probably going to sit here and futz against Dr. Wily until I die and need to grind. I do have an E-Tank, so I guess I should use it at some point. But I'm all out of metal blades, and I'm all out of heat. And I don't think the quick boomerangs work against him. At least you can actually hit this machine with your buster. Which is what I'm going to have to do. You know, as opposed to some bosses where you just be SOL. How many lives do I have? So I got 2 attempts at this and 1 E-Tank. And if I game over, then I won't have the E-Tank anymore. I'm not sure if those are homing in on me or not. I guess they do to an extent. Oh boy. Alright, so we're gonna get a game over at this point, I'm fairly certain. Luckily, then we'll restart with all our weapon energy, so it's not a complete and total loss. Hey, there we go. Let's get a rhythm going. There we go. Man, maybe I counted a game over too soon. Okay, now everything is going to change. Nope. There we go. That actually hurt him, though. Okay. So we're gonna continue at this point, and we have to fight all the robot masters again. But we have all of our weapon energies back, so it's not a complete and total loss. Bye, Heat Man. We'll take your delicious energy. Of course, I won't have an E-Tank to use against Quick Man at this point. We'll do Metal Man first here, since he's a fairly easy one to take out. And top off. I'm feeling like then this is a good time to Dr. Quick Man while I've got full health. You know, just to stir the odds into my favor a little bit. And make that go relatively pain-free. Actually, that went really well. Let's go knock out Flash Man. And like I said, you know, if you're gonna die and have to start over again, this is the place to do it. So my theory is that Flashman jumps so that you can't rapid fire him with the bubbles. Think there's any truth to that? Alright, who was where again? Crashman's in the bottom corner. Woodman's in the other corner. So Airman and Bubbleman. Let's try and be smart fighting Bubble Man. And not take too much damage. I said not to take too much damage. Okay. I do not like you, Airman. Oh. Fuck. I was hoping I could take him out with the Buster. I don't want to lose too many lives here because I want to take out the Wily machine in fairly good health. Well, I guess I am using a turbo controller to cheese you, Airman. Deal with it. Fuck. Oh, I hate Airman so much. I will never get why he's the one that everyone says you should do first. And I'm out of leaves. Well. Okay then. I'm gonna try him first. Because he's like my nemesis. And that, I think if I combine that with his, I was gonna say with his leaf shield weakness. I'm letting him frustrate me, and that's not fair. There. He's down. Okay. Got a little flustered there, but he does take extra damage from the Buster Shot. There's just enough weak and enough strong Robot Masters that I can try and stagger things a bit and not let myself get overwhelmed. You know, there's some Robot Masters that you want to have fairly full health when you go fight. There we go. So, like, I definitely don't want to go after Quick Man right now. Crash Man, at least, when it goes well, is pretty painless. Let's do Heat Man. Heat Man's actually got a really simple pattern. And usually it's me that messes it up, if anything. Oh my goodness. I still want to try and get through this in good shape. He was coming right for me that time. Alrighty, Quick Man, that went pretty pain-free. Thank you for not being a huge pain in my ass. Alright, Woodman, be nice to me. Thank you for going down relatively easily. Alright, we're still in good shape. Interestingly, with Bubble Man, he doesn't have his spikes this time around. Although he is taking me down, hurting me quite a bit. For somebody that I wanted to be a pushover before I went and fought Bubble or Heat Man again. I'd like to get through this stage before I have to continue again, for the same reasons as the last stage. Then you have your need to conserve your energy is gone. Okay. That's not ideal conditions to go against the Wily machine. But luckily we were getting a good rhythm last time. Let's see if I can keep that rhythm. And take out the Wily machine really quick. And then we use some crash bombs. And if I'd had the energy, that would have been a really good way to take him out. But I just didn't have the energy, so we get to fight all these robots again. Alright, Quick Man, you're gonna be first. And basically, I'm just relying on my turbo controller to help me out there. And I'm going to be basically full health. Okay. So, the other big pain in the ass is Airman. Fuck. I do not like Airman at all. And I want to get to the Wily machine with more than one life. Okay. Thank you. Okay, now I need somebody easy, so let's I'll leave Metal Man as my very easy target, and we'll do Bubble Man first. I'm just not used to fighting Bubble Man with these metal blades. Okay. Let's keep the metal blades and go do Heat Man. Or not Heat Man, Wood Man. Since he does a lot of damage to me fairly consistently. I'm not sure, but I think he takes a lot of damage from the Atomic Fire too. The Atomic Fire is just a weird weapon, and I prefer to use it in a couple of crutch spots, as you've seen in this LP. Okay. Feeling good now. Crash Man, Flash Man, and Heat Man. Alrighty. Feel good. Not really sure how to dodge that one first spurt that he does. Okay, Crash Man's gonna jump at me right away here, isn't he? There we go. Alright, we're in good shape to take out Flash Man and still have a life left to deal with the good doctor. And I don't really even need more than one life, I just need to be in good shape when I finish this fight. And it looks like that Flash Man's gonna cooperate with me this time. And I'm gonna be fairly close to full. Okay. Alright, I got a good feeling, you guys. Let's see if I can do enough damage to the good doctor. Before I die. Okay. Crash Bomb, Crash Bomb. Crash Bomb, Crash Bomb, Crash Bomb. Alright! Wily Stage 5 is down. We're at the end, the final rush, you guys. And it feels good. So, I'm not even sure if I can do this stage without game overing once. Because there's one single bad choice. I'm going to be redubbing this with something, I don't know what, but this stage is eerily quiet except for the sound effects, and you can't hear the sound effects. So, these slimes are very reminiscent of Castlevania 3 to me. Alright, the final boss of the game. You get to see Dr. Wily. And then he becomes an alien. And he's going to follow a very simple figure 8 pattern. And his only weapon that he can be hit by is the bubbles. So the trick is to not take too much damage. Dodging his homing shots. And the starry background does not help. And get in your shots where you can, but play defensively. And if you die or if you don't have enough bubble lead, you have to start over. There is no way to regenerate bubble lead in this stage without getting a game over. And that's one little design flaw that's up there with the Boo Beam Room. That's the only two places in the game that this game really lets you down. Is that it can lock you into impossible situations if you're not prepared for them. And even that's a minor thing. At least in this case, if you die and regenerate, you can get your full bubble lead back and you're in good shape. And I was just about to say how I was doing surprisingly well and Karma had a way to kick in there. But yeah, if I were to die at this point, I'd pretty much have to game over. There's no way that the bubbles would be enough to take out this boss. Even now, I'm not sure if I've got enough. I'm just playing it safe. You've got to make every shot count. And I think we'll be okay. It looks like it's pretty neck and neck. If I don't waste any, maybe. I've been playing this game on my 3DS. I think I mentioned that earlier. And I specifically made a save file right at this boss just so that I could practice this boss a lot. And so that I could show off and, you know, do the ending whenever I wanted to. I think we're in good shape. If I do not die... And Karma kicked in again. Ooh, this is tense, dramatic, final moments. You have to admit, this is pretty damn tense. And it was a hologram all along. Dr. Wily was trolling us. And there's actually kind of a cool thought behind that. You're getting the hologram wet and that's what breaks it. You weren't actually damaging anything, you were just ruining an electronic with your water. Of course, if you consider that the bubbles are made out of lead, that kind of disproves that. And then Wily gets down and begs. And Mega Man's gonna strut. Someone play Staying Alive. And he's got the atomic fire colors and there's leaves. This is just really kind of a palette trick. They're going to show off all of his weapon palettes and you get to see that background in those same palettes. Which I guess would be insightful if you were a graphic designer back in the 8-bit days and you had to stretch the most out of your palettes. That is not the same palette as you're in right now, Mega Man. What the hell? Can't believe that you would go and disprove me like that. Mega Man's helmet would go on to star in many other more dramatic scenes. I wonder if there's a way to make the stars on this screen turn into birds. And you know, I mentioned in my Mega Man 3 Let's Play that they gave you all these names and that they did a contest to submit different Robot Masters. So were these just internal Capcom employees that did these Robot Masters? I don't know. But this has been what I would say has been a very fun, very successful Let's Play. And hopefully it's entertained you. I've staggered out the videos, so they should have come to you as 3 installments, day after day, to give you something to look forward to. So I just like to take a moment and thank all of my subscribers, everybody that watches this video. You guys are, of course, the reason that I keep doing these videos. And even though I don't always get the time to put out product in a consistent time frame. Know that you guys are always a priority to me, and I do always try to put something out. And hopefully the time that I took playing and preparing this Let's Play doesn't distract too much from my main series. And if it does, just know that, of course, my existing LPs didn't go anywhere. I will finish them up. I'm going to go ahead and take a moment and do a shout out to Shadow Warrior Luke. He recently did a Let's Play of Super Bomberman 3, and I was along to do co-commentary. So if you haven't seen that yet, I'm going to go ahead and link that. Give him some love and attention, because he's new to the LPs, at least the video ones, and I'm sure he would love your guys' support. Capcom, thank you for an amazing sequel to a game. A sequel that almost didn't get made. And hey, it's been a year making videos, you guys. I'm just as surprised as you are. Thank you again, and I'm going to sign off before I get all sappy or whatever. So, this has been Red Silver signing out. Have a good night.